everyone, so this is my third time trying to film this video. Third time's the charm, right? Alrighty then, so the topic of this video is going to be K-pop. Korean music, Korean pop music. Anyway, so about a little bit over 2 months ago, I was watching a bunch of BuzzFeed videos, and I came across my favorite of the Try Guys, and one of the guys in the Try Guys is Eugene Lee Yang, and he is my fave of all the BuzzFeed humans. He is amazing. So last year they did like a 4 to 5 video segment thing of like Korean culture, because Eugene is Korean, so he was like kind of like teaching the rest of the Try Guys all about all that good stuff. So it was like K-pop and K-dramas and Korean like food, and like they ended it with like K-con. Anyway, so one of the videos was their like reaction videos, and so they were reacting to popular K-pop music videos. So they were watching it, and then they showed them Bang Bang Bang, which is Big Bang's music video that came out last year. So I was watching the little music video as they were reacting to it, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna look this up myself. So I did that. I looked it up, and I watched the Bang 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 music video, and I was like, whoa, that is new. That is exciting. Me likey that. So that entire night, I kind of just learned all of the Big Bang things that I could, and for like a good month, it was just Big Bang everything. Big Bang everything. There was enough stuff on YouTube to like entertain me for a while. And I know that I don't really talk about music on this channel as books, movies, TV shows, etc. But I really do love the art form that is music, and I love I am honestly constantly trying to find new artists, new singers, new kinds of music, new genres, new things to learn and listen to, and I don't drive anywhere without my iPod, because I really don't like mainstream American music. I really don't. I will get into that in a little bit, because that is one of the reasons why I really do enjoy K-pop. But yeah, I don't go anywhere without my iPod in my car. And lately, I've realized that after like counting or whatever, so I've come to realize that my K-pop on my iPod currently is over 10% of the music on my iPod, period. So the only other like kinds of music groups that I was obsessed with, but I was like 10, and it was Jonas Brothers and Justin McCartney. Oh my god, I love the Jonas Brothers so much. It was ridiculous. I was a Nick girl. I had an entire corner of my room dedicated to posters of Nick and the Joe Bros, and I was in love with them. And then Justin McCartney, Beautiful Soul, was and continues to always be my jam. I love that song so much. So yeah, this wasn't my first like taste of K-pop. We all kind of got a little bit of it when Psy came out with Gangnam Style. However many years ago that was. So, which is funny, because that Psy is like unique even within K-pop. He doesn't even represent what the majority of K-pop are, because for one, he's just one guy, and a lot of K-pop groups are groups. But anyway, so yeah, Big Bang. I like seriously fell in love with them when I first saw that Bang 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 music video. I was like, that music video like blew me away. It's like the coolest song, the beats and the rhythm and like the bang bang bang, and it's so cool. Anyway, so I'm just gonna start off talking about the actual members. I learned while learning all this stuff, the bias, it means like your favorite. The bias wrecker is like if you're watching a music video and there's your bias, and then there's another member that's like catching your eye, and it's like, oh, that's my bias wrecker. So there's like a whole other vocabulary that I didn't even know about until I started like learning about it when I like got onto this stuff. The first member that I'm going to talk about is Mr. t.o.p. And t.o.p is wonderful. Every group has a rapper, and t.o.p is the rapper of the group. And it was so funny, because for a while I was noticing that all of my biases in all these different groups were the rappers, and they still are, except for a couple bands, groups. So t.o.p, he's like 29 years old. I think he's gonna be 29 this year. He's the oldest member of the group. He is the rapper of the group. He is just a gorgeous, gorgeous human being on this earth. Like literally just so pretty. Just not pretty because GD is a pretty boy. He is so handsome and has like such a jaw, and it's like, it just oh my god, it makes my heart flutter. And there's a lot of videos of like extras just of them being them, like them doing whatever. And so it's cool because not only do you get the music videos and them showing off their talents, but you get to see videos of them just being them, which I really, really love in that industry. I don't really see too much of that anywhere else, honestly. And so the fact that you get to see, so it's like fans, I know fans that are way more dedicated and obsessed than I am, which is the coolest thing, because it's like you can really like, especially if you're with these groups for like years and years, you can like really honestly like get to know them even though you don't know them, you know what I mean? So t.o.p, he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's not the best dancer in the group, but he dances his own way. And the reason that I discovered this, because there's a Big Bang documentary of when they were like younger, when they first debuted. And so I'm like, why does t.o.p like not put in the mostest efforts when he performs live and stuff? And so the reason I found out was because he can't really dance. That was the reason why he was put in the group, because was mostly because he was the rapper of, he was a really good rapper. And it's funny because he couldn't really dance that well. So now I feel like he's just like given up and he just like does his own thing and he looks super cool doing it. So hey, all power to him. Another thing that I find so fascinating with him is not only is he a rapper, a singer, like a model basically, just a gorgeous human being, but he's also an actor, and not just like a whatever, like he's a serious actor. Like he's been in his own movies, he's been in several movies where he is the main character. I've seen 4 of them. Well, 3 movies and one of them was a web series. So the first one that I watched was called Commitment, and this came out like 3 years ago, and he plays like a spy assassin. He has to like protect his sister. So good. The second one I watched was Taza 2, and that's my favorite movie that he's been in that I've seen so far. And he plays like a hustler, and he has to like also save his girl, like the love of his life, but it's like deeper than that, and it's just like this whole game like throughout years, and it's really, really good, and I really love that movie. And he looks so good in that movie. It's so funny because t.o.p is like very conservative, and he like never takes off. He's always wearing a long sleeve and a jacket, and so there's a scene in that movie where he has to take off his shirt and play a game like with that shirtless, and so the fandom exploded when that happened because we never get to see him shirtless, and like very nice physique, very nice. It was so funny because even recently, I think he erased it off his Instagram. Oh, his Instagram is like another thing that's awesome. Like he has a crazy cool Instagram. People get annoyed by it, and I'm like, why? He's an eccentric human being, and he like is just amazing. Let him be. But his Instagram, I always look forward. He uploads stuff like almost every day, and it's always like 2 or 3 things, and it's just the coolest Instagram. A lot of it is like art, and he'll post like really weird selfies, and he's amazing. But yeah, then he was another one called Secret Messages, which was like a web series where he was like a documentary film director. He was like talking to this girl, this Japanese girl. And another one is called Into the Fire, which is the most recent one that I watched, which is about the Korean War, and but told in their perspective. So he is a student soldier, and he has to protect this like girls' school or something. Like he's staying there with a whole bunch of other soldiers, and it's really, really interesting. And it's like Saving Private Ryan status in the waterworks. I was like sobbing by the end of it. It was really good. And then there's gonna come out another one called Out of Control with Michael Trevino. I messed up my password. If you remember Michael Trevino, he was in the Vampire Diaries. So that should be really interesting. I haven't watched the trailer yet because I kind of want to do a reaction for it. So if you'd watch that, let me know. Anyway, so G-Dragon, he is the leader of the group. He is not the oldest, but he's the leader. In my opinion, he's like the most talented out of all of the K-pop idols. I absolutely adore him. He can sing, he can rap. Also, he's a very good dancer. He's like a fashion icon. He's really a genius, and he's like 27 or 28, and he's like just he's really cool. I really admire him as like a person, period. And he just seems like people I've seen interviews, people are like, oh yeah, that we were intimidated to like talk to you, and then they'll just start laughing because it's like, and all the extra videos that they have, they're just really like decent, humble human beings, and it's like, it's just really cool to see like your idols and like the people that you admire as just human beings, because that's what we all are. And so it's cool that they don't necessarily like put people on a pedestal like that, because and they still keep everybody like down to earth, which I really like. And like he's such a pretty boy. Like Top is handsome and like just handsome, but G-Dragon is like a pretty boy, and it's like a different kind of attractive, and it's just it's unique, and I just love it so much. And I love, like, he changes his hair all the time. I love it the most when he has it like slicked back in black, and or when it's like the Bang 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 music video where it's red and kind of in his face. Those are my favorites. Like that one scene in the Bang 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 music video where it's just GD and he's like kind of going in and out of the camera and his hair's red and he's got the crazy eye makeup and like all the glitter on his face. I remember watching that for the first time and I was like, oh, I like that. What is this doing to me? I feel like G-Dragon is the most entertaining to watch live. I've seen a lot of their like live performances when they do their concerts, and GD is like so energetic and so passionate and so into every song and every movement and everything. And the next one is Daesung, and he's the second youngest, and he's just like the cutest cute to ever cute. He has such a nice smile. I just really, and I love his voice. He has one of my favorite voices in the entire band, the group. They have a song called Tell Me Goodbye, and his part in that song is like my favorite. He has such a nice voice. I love it. The next one that I want to quickly discuss here is Seungri or Sugni. I've heard him say it both ways, so I'm not like perfectly sure how to say it. And if I mispronounce anything, I really do apologize. I looked up how to pronounce everything before I did this video, but I've heard even them say their names like differently, and so I'm not like 110% sure, so I apologize ahead of time. Seungri, he's a panda. He's just so cute. I love him so much. He's the youngest one. They call him the maknae, and so he's 25. I think he's gonna be 26 this year. But he's so wonderful and he's so energetic. He's like a little puppy. I love him. I feel like if Top wasn't my favorite and I wasn't introduced to the group the way that I was, and I found them on my own, and I found them like through Seungri maybe, I feel like he would be my bias instead of Top. But there's something about Top, man. There's something. And Seungri is so cool because he speaks Korean, obviously, but he also speaks very fluent Japanese. He speaks pretty fluent English. I don't know if he speaks any other languages, but like he speaks all these different languages for his fans, and he studies this to communicate with his fans, and it's just the coolest thing. I have never seen any other artists or any other singers or anybody else do that for their fan base, and it's so cool. The last one is Taeyang. He is, in my opinion, like the best dancer in the entire group. He is like always shirtless, complete opposite of Top, which I don't mind, but I also find so funny. He's also like super attractive. I really like his face. He dances really well, like I said. He has this song that I really love, the Eyes, Nose, Lips. It's his own song. And I really want him to do an English version of that song. I know that other people have done it, but it's just such a very nice and like true song, and I think he sang it like for an actual girl, and so it was like it meant a lot to him when he came out with that song. And like it's such a nice song. Like it's called Eyes, Nose, Lips, and so like look it up. It's just so nice, so nice. And he also just seriously seems genuinely like a nice person. Like it's so funny because there's a YouTuber named Dre, and I'll link his thing down, his YouTube channel down below, because he's the first person that I found when I went on the internet to like fangirl. And he has like 500,000 subscribers. The coolest guy. Oh my goodness, he's so funny. And he does reaction videos and discussions and all these things about K-pop. And so Big Bang is also his favorite group. Taeyang is his bias. And so when he went to the Las Vegas concert, when they were here, he actually met Taeyang, and Taeyang recognized him. And so I watched that video, and he like teared up, and I like teared up with him. I was like so happy for him. I'm like, dude, your like idol recognized you. Can you even imagine? That is so cool. I was like, oh, that's amazing. But yeah, I'll link his channel down below because he's so funny and so like he brings a smile to my face every time whenever I watch his videos. So like seriously, he's great. Okay, well I had to switch my camera because my other one's being a butt, so hopefully I am somewhere in the frame in this one. Let's close that because neighbors are like to listen. So the next group that I found and that I really fell in love with, I really love the guys in this group a lot. The one I'm talking about is GOT7, and they debuted like 2 or 3 years ago, I think. They're fairly new. The oldest one is 23 and his name is Mark, and it's funny because he was actually born and raised here in LA, which is really cool actually, and he is just great. He's super cute. The next one that I have on my list here, because as I said I took notes, is Jackson, and Jackson is my bias. He's just such a wonderful person. He's honestly like so impressive. He's a Chinese member, so he's one of the foreign members. There's 3. There's Mark, who's an American, who's Jackson, who's Chinese, and then another one named Bam Bam, who's Thai. He's from Thailand. But Jackson, he told his parents, he's like, you know, I want to become a K-pop star. So he literally he was like on a national fencing team in China. He got scholarships to go to Stanford, just like super on a great path. And then not that he went down a bad path, but he dropped everything to follow his dream to become an idol, and he did it. And that's just really admirable. Like honestly, like a good follow your dream story. Like he literally dropped everything, didn't know how to speak Korean, didn't know how to sing, didn't know how to dance, went to Korea and was like, let's train, where do I start? And he made it, and he made it big. And he's so pretty. Like he's another beautiful person. Like he has a very nice jaw. He's like he's just super attractive. Like I really love it when he has his hair, it's like this platinum blonde, and it's like up. I noticed that like everybody on this planet looks good with like platinum blonde hair or like gray hair. Everybody looks good with that. I have come to the conclusion that everybody looks good with platinum blonde hair. If I wasn't so paranoid of like dyeing my hair and doing all that stuff, I would probably do it. Jackson is just so hysterical. He has the best laugh ever.
대답해.
He's so energetic, he's so happy, he's so like appreciative of everything that he has, of like his friends, his members, his family. Oh my god, there's a video of him being reunited with his parents after like 2 years of not seeing them, and he starts sobbing, and I was like, great, now I'm crying. And it's just, he has no shame of his feelings, and he's like super sensitive and super nice and super like boyfriend material, and I want him. And also on top of all, like he is multilingual. He can speak Chinese, obviously. He can speak fluent Korean. He can speak fluent English, like really good English, and he can speak one other language, and I'm not sure. There's 5 other members in the band. Another one is Bam Bam. He is the second youngest. He's just, I feel like his mother whenever I watch him, and I'm just like, Bam Bam, no, don't stop dabbing. He's such a dork, and it's just really funny. Like he tries to be super cool and super, you know, just like awesome, and he is. It's just really funny because like you watch him and you're just like, oh, Bam Bam, like that's the reaction you want to give. Youngest member is Yugyeom, and him and JB, which is the leader, are like my bias wreckers. Yugyeom is the youngest. He's a year younger than me. He was born in 97. Bird. And he's just super cute. But then it's like in the music videos when they have to like act all macho and stuff, it's like, oh, you're grown up, aren't you? It's just. Then another one is Junior, and he's like literally the mom of this group. He is so funny. Like he has like dry humor kind of, because like I said, how they have all these extra videos of them just like hanging out. There's this series of them, it's called like GOT7 ing, and it's just them like hanging out or going to do this or going to do that or going bowling, and it's just super fun to just see them like hanging out as friends, and it's beyond entertaining. There's Junior, and then there's Young Jae, who is just so funny. He's such a delight, and he's so much fun to watch, and he's also like an amazing singer. The last one that I have here is JB, and he is the leader of the group. He's not the oldest, Mark is the oldest, but he is the leader, and rightfully so. He's a really good leader. It was really sad because he like hurt his back recently, so he like wasn't able to perform in one of their first shows for their tour, and so he was like just sitting there. That was kind of sad, but I think he's getting better, or he is better now, so that's a-okay, coolio beans. I just closed my computer. Yeah, I really admire these guys, and I really love them, and I feel like that group in particular is going to get really big. And it's really funny like learning about all these bands and like how old they are and everything, because some of them are like younger than me and some of them are the exact same age as me, and it's just, I've said this before that I'm like weirdly obsessed with age. I like to know like what ages people are, and that's like and it's funny because in K and over there it's like a big thing. Like there's the certain words that you have to say in respect to people that are older or younger than, well, not younger but older than you. So if like you have to talk to somebody that's older than you, you say their name, then you have to say hyung, and then if like, I think it's unni for like for a girl. And so I just really think that's a cool thing in the culture and the language. Oh, and I forgot to say, in GOT7, Jackson is in fact the rapper of that group, and he is my bias, so I thought that was really funny that yet another one of my biases is the rapper of the group. And the same goes for BTS, which, speaking of BTS, is another group that I really fell in love with. There's 7 members in that group also. There's Rap Monster, who is the rapper of the group, who is also my bias. I really love him, like, and he just seems like a really cool person, and I just really like his face. The other members of that group are V, who is my second favorite. He smiles and laughs so cute and funny, and I just find it hilarious. Like, he has a really deep voice, but he has like, I feel like his voice doesn't match his body, which I think is kind of funny. He has a really nice deep voice, and I just really like him. He's really funny. The members are Jimin, who's a really popular guy in that group, who's a lot of people's biases. There's J-Hope, who's hysterical. There's Jungkook, and there's Suga, and there's Jin. BTS, not only do I love their songs, but their choreography is some of my favorite. The dances are so cool. So the next group that I want to talk about real quick is Monsta X, and this one I really like them too. I think they're new. They came out last year. There's 7 members in that group also. I really like all of them. They have a like a series on YouTube, which is them. It's kind of like the GOT7 ing that GOT7 does, but it's like their version, and it was when they went to China and they just had to do all these things, and it was kind of just like getting to know all of the members. Like, they have a new song that came out actually called All In recently, and the music video in that one was really cool. I wish I had like known about them before that music video came out, because it was a really cool music video. Like, it had a lot of visuals and like meanings and whatnot, and I really liked it. I really like, I think his name is Minhyuk and Joohyun in that group. I know some people's favorites or bias is Shonu. He's the leader of that group, but I really like Minhyuk and Joohyun. And I.M, who is my age, he's really he's kind of quiet. He's the maknae, but he's pretty cool. All right, so the next one that I want to talk about is Winner, and these guys, there's 5 of them. I found them a few weeks ago, and I like love them. They kind of debuted recently also, like in the last year or two, like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, I'm not sure. But yeah, these guys, I think the oldest is like, I don't know, like 23 or 24. They're not that old. They're super like mature. Their music videos and their songs sound like super mature, and I really love their songs and their look and their like vibe. I just really like it. This group in particular, I found out that that Big Bang actually had a really big part in their creation as like a group. I don't know all the details really, but I know that they had a part in their like debut, which is so cool, because if Big Bang had a part in anything, then you know it's gonna be good. But and Winner is just, I love these guys. My favorite, I go back between like Mino and Taehyun, but I always like, I go with Taehyun as my bias, and I think that's because of his music video "I'm Young." I'll link that down below if I remember too. But like, you don't even have to understand what he's saying because it's in Korean, obviously. But I watched that music video without even subtitles or anything, and it's like the saddest music video I have ever seen. But yeah, they had like 3 or 4 music videos come out in January. Baby Baby, I'm Young, and Sentimental. All of them so good, and like they're linked together, and so like they're telling a story in every single one of the music videos, and it's so good. It's like Baby Baby and then I'm Young, I think, or Sentimental is like in there somewhere, but I don't know exactly the direction or like how it's supposed to go. All the guys just seem like really genuine in that group too, and it's just I really love it. And Mino, he's the rapper of the group, and he's so good too, such a good rapper. All right, so I've only talked about the boy band groups, whatever, so far. As for the girl groups, I haven't really gotten into a lot of the girl groups besides CL, and that's because I've seen a lot of the girl groups, or maybe it's not true, maybe it's just the ones that I've come across, that they're like really cutesy and girly, and which is not a bad thing. Not that I don't like it, it's just that I prefer kind of like the more hip-hoppy songs rather than just like, you know, super cutesy. But I did discover Red Velvet like the other day, and I really like them. That dum 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 dum. This, okay. I really like their songs. Their music videos are so much fun to watch. I watched they were on Weekly Idol, which is like a popular show over there, where they bring on the groups and they come and play games and whatever. And so I watched that last night, and they were super cute and super fun. I really like Wendy in that group. She's like such a doll. She's such a character, that one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to more Red Velvet. I know I heard they're supposed to come back like in July, so that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. All right, as for CL that I kept mentioning, so wow, this girl is amazing. So CL is she was the rapper in the group 21, and there was 4 of them, and like I said, Minzy left. There was Dara and Park Bom, and I like 21. I'm not obsessed with them like I am with maybe these other groups, but I'm pretty obsessed with CL. She is like serious goals, man. She is like just amazing. She can rap, she can sing beautifully, she can dance. She's like super hardcore, and I love it. And she's not like a lot of the other girls in the K-pop industry. She's really hardcore. She's actually supposed to come out with her own album this year sometime. I'm hoping, since we're in the summer, like in the second half of the year already, that it'll come out soon, because the teasers were released like months ago, and it's supposed to be like her first American debut. Oh my god, I was at the theater the other day, and there was like a T-Mobile commercial ad, whatever, on, and they used her song, and they used the song as the background music for the thing. And so I was sitting there with my mom and my friend, and I'm like, wait, I know that song. So like I kind of freaked out in the middle of the theater. I was like, I know what that is. That's CL, and I got really excited. But yeah, so those are the groups that I've discovered so far. I'm sure there's more. I know of EXO. EXO just released Monster and Lucky One recently. The only guy that I know from the group, I know because there's a lot of them. There's like 12. And there's like different subgroups of them. But the only one that I know is Kai. And he's so handsome. Oh my god, he looks so good. But he's the only one that I know out of EXO. And also just some random things that I've kind of noticed about like just their music and the culture through their music. The songs that they sing, you know, aren't super sexual. And if they are a little bit sexual, it's not like super crazy or like demeaning. What's coming to mind right now is Big Bang's Bae Bae. Not even gonna, that music video, oh my god. If you know what I'm talking about, Bebe, that was something else. They also don't really cuss a lot in their songs, if at all. The only ones that I've heard is like in Rap Monster's solo songs. That's like the only time I've ever heard cussing, really. I'm not like super, you know, whatever. I don't mind it if there's cussing or if it's like about girls or whatever. I just don't like it like in American mainstream music. I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to most like mainstream American music because I just really find it irritating and cliche, and I just don't like a lot of the newer rappers. Like I like the older rappers, like I like, you know, Snoop Dogg or Tupac or, you know, those oldies, those raps. That's what I like, and I just don't really care for like these new guys where you can't even understand what the heck they're saying. I like Drake. I really like Drake. I really love Nicki Minaj. But those are really the only ones, and I know that Nicki Minaj can get really sexual in her videos or in her songs, but I mean, she also has a lot of good messages in her songs also. And Drake is just Drake. I like Drake. But yeah, like, you know, on the radio, everything is about like, you know, going to the clubs. It's like having sex, or, you know, I'm gonna steal your girl, I'm gonna steal your guy. Like, who cares what he thinks? Who cares? Like, why is infidelity and cheating and just being like that so glorified in this my culture? Like, why is that something that's praised upon, that like, oh yeah, that I look so good that I can make your man cheat on you? Like, why is that a thing that you would be proud of? And I just find that incredibly irritating and annoying in mainstream music and media, and I don't like it, which is why I don't listen to it. I listen to mainstream artists like, you know, Maroon 5 or One Republic. One Republic is my favorite band, has been my longest favorite band. I really like Melanie Martinez, 21 Pilots. 21 Pilots, I feel like they got really famous without intending to, without that being like the intention. I really like 21 Pilots. Yeah, I just, mainstream music, I don't really care for it. It was really funny, speaking of like Snoop Dogg, Psy has a song with Snoop Dogg called Hangover, and in that music video, G-Dragon is in it for like a minute, and I thought that was so funny because I saw that music video for the first time like the other day because I didn't know of it. But I recently went to a baseball game here in my town, and Snoop Dogg was there, and first of all, that was cool because Snoop Dogg's awesome. But I was like, this is the closest that I will ever get to GD. So not even thinking of Snoop Dogg, that was what was going through my head. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. And also another thing that I kind of want to like bring up really quick is the fact that the men, the guys in K-pop, how they normalize makeup and like jewelry and girly things, and how I really love that. It's just a really unnecessary gender norm where guys, you know, where it's frowned upon for guys to wear makeup, and it's like, no dude, y'all look good. Wear some eyeliner, put on some foundation, you'll look good, you'll feel good. Wear it. I also really love how they incorporate English into like the majority of their songs, because like I realize that they have a very large Western audience, but they are Korean and in Asia, and so they don't have to do that, and they don't have to translate entire songs into like Japanese and Chinese and English, and it's just really cool that they do. It's like you never see anybody else do that. You will never see. I know for a fact that Beyonce and Christina Aguilera have sung songs in Spanish, but with other singers. But like, yeah, you never see any like American, and I'm only speaking for American because that's all I really know. But it's like you never see them, you know, come out with a song and they come out with 2 or 3 different versions of the song to accommodate their audience. It's like, I just find that so cool about K-pop artists, that they accommodate their fans that way, and they makes them feel included. And like, okay, I know for a fact that Big Bang has come to Mexico, has gone to Mexico to perform, and I was watching some of their videos and they're like trying to speak in Spanish, and it's so cool of them. And I was also watching this other video of EXO. It was like 3 of the guys from EXO. I don't know who exactly they were, but they were singing a song. Saworami, and they sounded so great. It was so good. I was like almost in tears. It was so cool that they sang an entire song in Spanish for their fans in Mexico. Like, just who does that? I find that so cool, and so it made me fall in love with like them and the whole thing even more. Also, I know that there's music videos coming out all the time. There's like try not to laugh challenges, try not to fangirl challenges, all these different things that people do reactions to, and I would really love to do reactions. I do reactions on this channel, but mostly for movie trailers, but I would love to do reactions for music videos and stuff. And I want to do one for t.o.p and Seungri's new movies, High and Low and Out of Control. I really want to do a reaction for those. So if you would like to see those, let me know. If you would like me to do any other kinds of reactions, link me to the videos and I will so do them, because reactions are super fun and I'm super weird in front of the camera, so that should be entertaining. Yeah, I think that is all that I have to say. God, this video is going to be so long. I hope it's not more than 20 minutes. It's probably more than 20 minutes. So thank you so much if you stuck with me with this super long video. Please let me know if I mentioned any of your favorite groups. If you have any groups that I don't even know, that I didn't mention, because those are the only ones that I really know about, besides like EXO, and I know like SHINee and other ones that I can't think of right now. But yeah, please let me know if you think I would like any other groups, any other kinds of music in general, because I love, I have my name on here as Yvette Eclectic, so I like to learn about new things and all that good stuff. So yeah, please let me know if you want me to do any reactions, learn about other things, yada yada yada. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
On to the topic of this video. So, K-pop. How did I get into K-pop? What is K-pop? K-pop is Korean pop music that is popular, guess where? In Korea.